stand-up comedy is, it's an incredible thing to me. It's the ability to get up on stage and remember all your lines and, talk to everybody. It's such a cool thing. It always just amazed me. George Carlin was, one of the first stand-up comedians that I ever really saw once I was old enough to, understand the art of comedy. And I always really loved him because just the way he used comedy to talk about, social injustices and, different just things like that, it really resonated with me. And sadly, I was never old enough to, go see George Carlin live, but I've watched all his stand-up specials on, from HBO, and I love everything about George Carlin. I will explain the history of Carlin and why I think he's such a legend. Carlin, he's a social critic. He was born in 1937, May 12th. He dropped out of high school at the age of 17 and joined the Air Force. In the Air Force, he was court-martialed 3 times, ended up being discharged in 1957. He was arrested in 1972 for violating obscenity laws. They actually ended up being dropped on free speech charges. And this is Carlin. This is Carlin when he got arrested for the free speech. He was famous for pushing boundaries. He had a Supreme Court case in 1973 after one of his radio routines. This father was listening with his son during the daytime, and it was some pretty obscene words, and he got upset and contacted the FCC, and there was a big Supreme Court battle about what should be allowed on the radio during daylight hours. George Carlin was known for criticizing politics, religion, pop culture, sports, military, any and everything in between. George Carlin was a man of many accolades. He won many awards. He did many great things throughout his life. He won 6 Grammy Awards, 1973, 94, 2001, 2002, 2009, and 2010. He also had 5 Emmy nominations. He's appeared in over, a dozen featured films and even anchored 4 TV shows himself. He was the first host of the first ever episode of Saturday Night Live back in 1975. Frequent performer and guest host on The Tonight Show with over 130 performances. In 2001, he actually won a Lifetime Achievement Award by the American Comedy Awards. And this is Carlin. This is Carlin's after he won his award. In 2002, he also won the Freedom of Speech Award from the First Amendment Center. And then in 2008, he posthumously was awarded the Mark Twain Prize of American Humor. Carlin had a long, prestigious career. He was a comedian for over 50 professional years. He recorded over 22 solo albums and over 15 HBO specials, with the first one being in 1977, the last one being in 2008. George Carlin died June 22nd, 2008, 3 months after his last HBO special, which I think really shows just how committed he truly was to the art and how much he had to say. Even he had multiple heart attacks throughout the time, and even going through all that, he still knew that he wanted to get up on stage and connect with people and, let his message be heard. And these are all of Carlin's studio albums, or most of them. George Carlin he's an American superstar. From, fighting for our freedoms as an early teenager to winning award after award, appearing in movies and television shows that we've all seen our entire lives. Being a professional comedian for almost 50 years, Carlin gave it all for the people, and, he really provided a new perspective to allow us all to grow as humans. Thank you so much.